Twitch and or YouTube. It's been a little bit. Welcome back to my stream. Forgot I like it in dark mode for these. There we go. Dark mode on the streets, light mode in the sheets. I'm Josh Goldberg. I'm a full-time open source maintainer in the TypeScript ecosystem. I'm independent, meaning I work for myself rather than for any specific company. I work on projects such as TypeScript ESLint, the tooling that lets you run lets you run ESLint and Prettier and other standard JS tools on your TypeScript code. I'm happy to say that it is 2024. This is my first stream of the year, January 2nd. Welcome. If y'all have any questions or things you want to talk about, feel free to ask on the Twitch chat if it's live, or like on Twitter, Blue Sky, Mastodon, etc. elsewhere, if there's anyone watching on YouTube. Today, I want to do something a little different from what I normally do. Instead of looking at contributing to open source things that other people do or projects I make that other people use, I'm working on the Philly JS Club website. It is open source. And in fact, I think we had an outage earlier today from a bad dependency update, but I think it's back up. Yep. PhillyJS, .com. Ooh. We should get phillyjs.club. I just realized I'm going to post that in our... Anyway, right now this is a remix site. It is open source. If you go to, I guess Join Us is kind of a weird link name for that, but whatever. Let's get all this other stuff out of here. Yep, Philly Jazz Club, the repo. Let me post that in the stream. Toby, hello. How's it going? We're going to be talking on Friday. So right now it uses just plain old CSS. It's like a root.css and then a shared.css for some standard sizings like .arrow and whatnot. Like it really is just one big old CSS, pair of CSS files. And let's see how an example component. Okay, like the event details uses like class name, event details, medium, event details, weights, whatever. Which isn't super type safe, not super scalable. And I really like the look of a lot of these new builders. I call them styling systems or style systems. And I've seen 4 in the wild today. And I want to evaluate them. So I'm going to pin this message with the issue link. And as always, I'm on the social media, so I gotta post these. Blue Sky has a logo now, yay! So the one that I want to try out today is called Panda CSS. Panda is a good one. It's actually from the makers of Chakra, which I'm very interested in. So I'm gonna post that here. Does it mention Chakra on the homepage? It doesn't. That's funny. Also, I'm noticing that people don't often do these kind of, I forget even what they're called, not carousel, streamer, whatever what is the term for this UI treatment? Marquee, that's what it is. So I'm wondering if I prefer reduced motion, and it's still on. So actually, thank you, Tobia. Yeah, Marquee. Immediately, I'm like, oh, God damn it. That there's a pretty severe maybe not severe, pretty noticeable accessibility bug on their homepage. So I'm going to just report, see if anyone's mentioned Marquee. Marquee with a U. React Fast Marquee. Any sort of accessibility issues. Reduced motion. If you have the CSS preference reduced motion enabled, which I see they last had a bug on unrelated, then you shouldn't have the marquee playing. So that's unfortunate. So I'm going to file an issue there. But first, actually, I'm going to post the context. Where is it? Boop. Here we go. Context. We want to evaluate each of the popular style systems we've seen get traction. recently. Right now, that's 4 of them, it looks like. Yeah. God dang it, the frozen bug. Freaking OBS. Thank you. I keep forgetting to look for this. Oh, sweet Jesus. That's my Discord. Thank God I was on a public channel there. There we go. So yeah, I'm just posting on socials the context here. Yeah. So first I'm gonna bug report. Homepage has. Ooh, this isn't. Homepage has prefer shouldn't animate marquee. So this thing. Yeah, it is spelled with a U. I keep forgetting. Shouldn't animate marquee when prefer reduced motion is enabled. Go to enable CSS prefer reduced motion. Let's get the docs for that up so I can link to it. Prefer reduced motion in your browser. Observe that the marquee, what even is this marquee for? That the features marquee, RFM marquee container is perpetually animating. It shouldn't animate. That's an accessibility issue. Animations greater than 5 seconds shouldn't run when prefer reduced motion is enabled. I'd be happy. So yeah, whenever I see a basic accessibility issue on a website, first of all, I think, oh, that's not a good sign that the thing hasn't been used by enough people for someone to have already fixed this accessibility thing. Like, I'm not the only person who reports accessibility issues. Second of all, it ucks me that the people making the website don't know that accessibility practice, although to be fair, not everyone does these things. And third of all, I always offer to fix and say, like, in general, I'd recommend going through an accessibility audit on the homepage and rest of the site. Dev Explore Accessibility has more info on that. So, yay, bugs. All right, so, thanks. Prefer reduced motion accessibility issue on the homepage. Sad face. All right. So anyway, ironic that the web.dev accessibility guide doesn't respect my personal light mode, dark mode theme. That's ironic. That accessibility is one of the reasons why respecting the user's preferred color scheme is important. All right. So anyway, now I'm gonna actually get started on this stuff. So the Philly JS Club website is the repo. Let's get my warp terminal. I think I already have it locally. There we go. Reset. Zoom in. Oh, look. An oddity with the terminal in VS Code. That's fun. Oop. Git pull. And we use pnpm. So pnpmi. And then I'm good. Oop. Update available. I'm on an old version. Maybe I'm on the wrong version. Node. We'll just get the Wow. A lot of interesting. What is this invalid this? Well, anyway, while I'm installing the latest Node version or whatever locally, let's go to Panda CSS. Get started. Yeah, they have so many accessibility issues on. Look at this. Like the color contrast on this is clearly not enough. At least they have tab focus. That's good. I think they had a remix guide. They did. There we go. So I'm already on a remix site. Dang it. Why is error invalid this? Now I want to look up and like go through the Panda CSS guides, and now I'm seeing error invalid this. Debugging my PNPM installation. Classic. All right, how do I fix this? Oh boy. Let's see if I should use 18. Node 18 fixes things. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. Anyway, just make sure I get the thing running locally. PNPM dev. On local. Oh boy. Oh my fucking. Pardon me. Joe Woods. Joe, you're the person who fixed the deploy earlier. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like is bot updated, and this is such a bad error message. Sort of, I can fix this. This is fine. What an annoying error. Honestly, this to me is a -1 for Remix. Next.js has a lot of issues, but at least I've never had no call stack happen. So let's go PNPM dev. See if there's a call stack. All right, well, at least it's in the terminal. All right. So I'm gonna have to zoom out. I want to see. Check. Is that a commit hash? Check out PPMI, PPM dev. Love it. All right, thanks. Great. Yeah, it works. Nice. Git log. Oh, is this just a revert to before isbot updated? Also, why is my find not finding a place where isbot is actually used in anything? No, you did nothing wrong. Hashtag Joe did nothing wrong. Oh, you know what? This is my fault. I did a bad thing. I left in isbot at latest in a bad way, so that's not good. It's a node. No, I want to see what file is calling to isbot. Maybe it's like a JS file or something. Like one of our files surely is. Yeah, so this must be a resolution issue with isbot. They might have changed. So what I think we're on the same page. I'm guessing what happened is we have a new major version of isbot, or some major version of isbot, where they changed it to no longer default export. Maybe it's only named export or something, or maybe they changed their ESM, JS, whatever setup. But it looks like it was maybe done in a non-major version because one of our dependencies was relying on the old behavior. Anyway, if we go to GitHub isbot, if we just look up the repo, I'm sure someone's filed a complaint about this, or maybe not. Remix run, remix, see if this is mentioned anywhere. Huh. No one's mentioning this. That's so funny. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that's from 2019. Well, anyway, let's go back to that commit. Thanks for the commit. I'm gonna stay on this. Yeah, so isbot 4, I guess we can't use. Hashtag this is fine. Anyway, let's set up Panda CSS. Woo. Okay. So I'm installing Panda CSS /dev as a dev dependency, and then am I knitting with post CSS and out extension JS? Sure. Why don't you just set this? Okay, first of all, I love that it says Pandalicious. That's really cute. Second of all, why don't you just do it for me? Why do I have to do this? So styled system CSS is the CSS function author styles. Style system tokens, that's my tokens. Patterns is my layout patterns. Okay. This is a lot of changes. What is happening? Should I git ignore this? I'm already like, ugh, this is not a great setup experience. Nicholas, how does it compare to Tailwind? Great question. So Tailwind is kind of a different approach than style systems such as Panda. Tailwind lets you use utility class names. So I would say that Tailwind is like a utility class first approach, or just a utility class approach. Panda lets you, let's see if I get a good page on the website for it. React. Tailwind lets you define your theme and then builds things using a CSS function that takes in settings for your styles like this. This is a good page. And yeah, Toby, we are working on the Philly.js website today. The thing that I like about systems such as Panda is that they're type safe. They're CSS and JS rather than class names oriented, which means you're working with actual JavaScript, not non-type safe classes. So I find that they scale better than Tailwind in larger repos, and they allow you to work more directly with your design system, semantically speaking. Like you work with your tokens, with your like colors and your paddings, not with like coincidental Tailwind classes. That being said, there's overhead there. Like Tailwind has one of the best getting started and like small website experiences ever. So I'm not saying one is better than the other. Just I prefer a style system in theory for non-trivial websites. And also just for sites where I want to have good tooling, like really good tooling, stellar tooling. All right. The problem is I'm going through this getting started guide. Let me actually post that guide here. And I'll just go through the guide before I start looking at my Git angrily. So scripts, got to update the prepare, Husky install, Panda code gen. Codegen is a new word for my C-spell dictionary. Configure the content. Panda.config.ts. So I've got out extension JS and would look for your CSS declarations. It's under app/routes. So that's under app, not index. Also, I'm a maniac and I prefer alphabetizing everything when possible and reasonable. So I'm just going to go ahead and alphabetize this. Joe, I can feel you rolling your eyes. Lol. OP. I also don't like when people put comments in configs that are well documented and even typed. Exclude. Files to exclude. You don't say. Include. Where to look. Outdir. The output directory. I'm not extending any theme. So. All right. App index.css. Index.css. All right, so import it into your app root.tsx, which means I'm going to go ahead and remove the existing styles reference. Import styles from index. Do I have a const links? Links function. Are we on a version of Remix run / React that even has links? I don't think it does. I think what I'm actually should be doing on this version of Remix is what I already was doing. Just a manual link. Maybe they're behind, maybe I'm behind, who knows. And then a remix config. You can make your remix config a TS file. I didn't know that. But we want, oh, we don't need any one of these future options, but we do want post CSS, the post processor. All right. So everything should be ready to go. Let me get my water out of the way. So if I go to my routes index TSX, let's just add in an example div where CSS comes from styled system CSS. I really don't like that they're generating a folder with a bunch of ESLint disables. What is happening? And pm dev. Include, oh boy, import default. Oh, did I? Oh, maybe I checked out main just on instinct. Whoops. Please work. Hello. Okay, well, it looks like I removed all the other styles, so it makes sense that it's like white and unstyled. But this should have auto-generated class names based on the things I specified. Awesome. So if I specify font size 2XL, font weight bold, that's nice. And then if we look at that autocomplete, font weight light, refresh, it updates. That's awesome. It works. Yay. All right, so if I do ASDF, it's not type safe. It allows me to do any arbitrary string. That's the point, is to not be allowed. Like, this is the big prop of why I always get excited about styling systems that are TypeScript oriented, that in a type safe world, I should be seeing a red squiggly here, or at the very least a yellow squiggly from some ESLint plugin. This is a problem in Chakra, and it's a problem in Tailwind. And now I guess it's also a problem out of the box in Panda. See. Ugh. And the site, I can like barely read this goddamn text here. All right, so Panda CSS type error. Chrissy, Happy New Year. How's it going? TypeScript. Yeah, no. So I'm not super pleased right now with Panda CSS, to be honest. It's a really cool system, and I love the ergonomics of this CSS function. But like it's not giving me a squiggly. Yeah, the Tailwind LSP integration is awesome, and I'd say it's probably like roughly equivalent to this. Like, it gives me autocomplete, but the way they do that, I think, is let's see. I'm guessing, yeah, here we go. At the end of the day, they do this cute little trick in TypeScript's type system, which says you are any of the allowed known properties, like in this case, light or bold, but you're also any string. So give me autocomplete for these known things, but also allow it to be any string. Hey, Emma. Welcome, y'all. How's everyone doing? I see more people coming on. That makes me happy. Whoops. So yeah, this is not ideal, but at least it works. So git checkout. Oh yes, I wanted to find out, should you git ignore? Why didn't it git ignore? Maybe I have to pmi. I have this huge style system folder. So I think this is a bug in Panda, or at least a docs issue. I don't know what. It's some issue somewhere where I generated my stuff from the Panda getting started tutorial, I think. And then for remix, and then maybe did it not run this? Let's run the Panda init command. And my getIgnore never had style system added to it. It doesn't mention get. Oh. So it does mention that you can add it to the getIgnore file. But in the docs for the Panda config, it says that getIgnore defaults to true, adding in these things, which it didn't. So I'm going to report a bug on Panda for this. So I'm going to check out a branch. What do you want to call it? Go check out B style system Panda CSS. Chore. Use Panda CSS as a style system, or onboard Panda CSS. So this is just a work in progress. I still need to add in all my other files, or like migrate to the files. But this will do for now, so I can post the bug to Panda. And the issue number was 84. I'm gonna goes off the steps in here. So this way I can post this in the chat and on Twitter and such, so I can give folks a repro link for the issue too. Hey. Got an MVP started. It's not types safe in the way I want. No red squigglies for invalid CSS properties. But it was pretty straightforward to get started with hey for that. And also it does give auto completions, and it was pretty blah blah blah. Cool. And what was I going to do? I was going to post an issue. Typing issues for preset Panda. What is that? Oh, that's some preset Panda. Not me. Not sure if this is a bug thing. A lot of required fields. Yeah, I'm gonna have to apologize for posting a commit on some random repro rather than sorry that it's not a stack blitz repo. getIgnore not updated. How do I phrase this? Bug question mark report. Not updated when going through remix guide. I'm working on a reference implementation of onboarding this thing to Panda. Very excited. Went through the guide at, where's the guide? And did up with the whole style. What was the folder called? Styled -system. Directory checked into source control, which was surprising given that this thing indicates getIgnore default value is true to add styled system to getIgnore. The only reference to get ignore on the remix pages, which feels to me as an implication we can can add the entry to the file, not an indication it will or won't be. I see some things in the chat. We'll answer. Hello. Check out locally. Go through the remix getting started guide again, and then note that the git ignore file isn't updated. Remixed, yes, Panda CSS version. What version are we using here? 0.24. Love it, 0 dots. Not applicable. I'm using Mac. Oh, no worries, Toby. Yeah. Hey, Graham. How's it going? Happy New Year. What advantages does Panda have over, say, styled components? So there are two things that are relevant here. The one you asked about and the one that I'm going to then answer. Styled components isn't a full system. Good question. So styled components, for reference, lets you declare things in template strings, which is not type safe. Again, with the goddamn... Why are we marqueeing? This is such an awful UI treatment. No one gives a shit about your 50 million different logos. Just stop it with the marquee. At least they prefer reduced motion. Yeah, so this isn't type safe. And also it's only partially type safe in that you get like these nice props here, but it's not token oriented. Like even the getting started example is these things, like just random constants. And you can use CSS variables, but what I want is a system that like starts from the tokens, your paddings, colors, and so on, and lets you build up on top of that. Such as actually an early styled system. Where is it? An early implementer of this was styled-system, which built on top. Where is it? Here we go. Style-system.com. Here we go. And I guess I swear to God, they used to have an actual website that used to work. Okay. 3 years ago. Okay, I guess this isn't so modern anymore. But here, like, you can do things like create a box component based on your style system, where you might want to like be able to use, let's say, your spacing, your layout, your typography, and your color props. And then that lets you make a, for example, box component built on them. So that's the general idea, that you should be able to do what the second code block under usage says. And then it can be type safe. So you can say like the width in my different, let's say, small, medium, large viewports is that. Is that a typo, or are they actually suggesting you use numeric fractions for your width? Interesting. Cool. So the advantage that stuff like styled system has on top of, let's say, Tailwind or styled components, is that it's a system oriented around your very low level, your tokens. Unfortunately, styled system hasn't had an update in 3 years, so I wouldn't consider that like a modern usable. I mean, it's usable, I guess, but like it's not something that I would invest time into right now. Look at this issue. Oh, it was abandoned? Oh, people are asking if it's abandoned. Yeah, I was taken aback just now by the fraction, but it's kind of nice. Yeah. Anyway, Toby, let me know if that does or doesn't answer your question. I think it's really cool stuff, but it's also like very new age. Most folks haven't played with it yet, so cutting edge. And we all love being on the cutting edge of web dev. Everything's stable and supported. Great. All right. So Panda works. Technically, I've already filed 2 bugs, and I know there are more I would file if I wanted to spend the time, like with the color contrast in the sidebar. But this is fine. This is fine. So what I'm going to do is... Yay, I'm glad. Oh, for anyone interested, I'm going to eventually write a blog post on this. But I gave a talk, actually a few iterations of this talk, at Revo.js, also I think remotely React Summit US, going into the history of how we went from CSS to processors to Tailwind and Chakra and such. That ends with a system proposal like this. So, all right, so now what I'm going to do is go through, let's add that to our dictionary, go through all the styles in the repo, and instead of using the like root.css and shared.css global styles, I'm gonna make shared components using Panda CSS. This is like the juice of the stream. 37 minutes in almost, and I'm actually doing the stuff I want to do. Love front end. So just going from the index route onward. We're going to use the CSS function a lot, but let's start with the very common components. So event details is, I think it's just used on the home page. There we go. Okay. Oh, 2 pages. Events. So I guess we have slash. Oh yeah, there's an events link there. Events, which is right, the same component as the home page. It's just given a weight of light or medium. All right. So what am I doing here? So instead of a CSS, bunch of CSS class names, what I'm going to do is start working on using Panda for my styling. And actually, there's an arrow component here that I can start with too. So instead of class name arrow and whatever, CS, I don't even remember how to use Panda CSS at this point. How does this guide? Okay, so it's a class name. So instead of CLSX arrow and whatever, it's gonna be this stuff. By the way, I will always forget to say this frequently enough, but let me know if there are any questions y'all have that you want to talk about. So margin 0. So immediately I see the arrow style. So all arrows have margin 0. Good. Previously we were looking at arrow. And now I see there are 2 variants of arrow, those back and out. So I'm going to declare a variant here, which can be either back or out. And normally in these kind of systems, there's a way to declare variants, often called variants. Oh my God, look at that stupid sidebar. I hate this sidebar. Conditions? Patterns? Layers? Writing styles? Merging styles? Oh, cool. CSS, the function can be used to combine style. That's nice. But I want to be able to say, like, if it's the back arrow, apply these styles. If it's the out arrow, apply these styles. Aha. CVA. What does CVA stand for? What's this? Atomic recipe, or CVA. Okay, so this is a recipe. So const arrow equals CVA. Ooh. Base is margin 0, and then we have, okay, so I can, based on this atomic recipe, y'all let me know if this does or doesn't make sense. I can declare like back and out with my styles. It's complaining. Oh, under a variance key. So back we'll have heights 0.7 em, margin left. I don't know that I'm doing this right. Oh, I forgot about class variance authority. That was a whole other thing. Now I'm not sure that what I'm doing is right. Visual. What does visual mean here? Oh, so this key is the directions. I'm going to do the direction variance. So back would be the direction of, it has height. There we go, 0.7 em. And then margin left. Here we go. Look at that autocomplete. There we go. 0.1 em. I'm just copying from the right here. And then width 7 em. And then for the out direction, we have, just gonna mass shift these around. Okay. And then we can replace this class name here with arrow, parentheses, direction. And look at that. Because I declared my direction up here, we got direction as a I guess, optional prop. I would have liked to make that required. Back or out or undefined. Awesome. Direction. All right. Arrow. Let's just give it a direction inline, and I'll call that. So this is nice. So now I can get rid of this thing. Where's my local site? Am I still localing? ppm dev. All right, and now event details is complaining because, why is it complaining? Arrow is missing direction. Direction equals back. All right, back and out. Well, back should be rotated. It should be pointing to the left. It's this fun dad. It's the same arrow glyph, just rotated in the two different versions of it. And then rotate. Okay, I see what happened here. I previously used a rotate prop, but what I should really be doing is using the same prop for direction. Direction is back 90, 180, 270. There we go. Come on. 180? Transform equals rotates. There's probably a way to do this in the actual whatever thing I'm doing. Panda styling. Come on. So direction equals back. So if it's back, we do whatever. 180, otherwise 45. What angle do I want? 0. Yeah, I should be able to do in the CSS variants. So wait, right now my direction is out. So I guess it's out is a negative 45. What did I do previously? Rotate is negative 45. Yep. All right. So it should be transform, rotate, 180. And then here, transform, rotate, negative 45. Does that work? Why didn't I do it in the CSS before? Oh, is it? Does it have to be degrees? Nice. Look at that. Yay! Very. Thank you, Graham. I appreciate it. There's lag, so we both got it independently. Very nice. Very nice. Cool. That makes me happy. So this arrow is converted. There are no more arrow styles in the shared style sheet, and the arrow is good to go. Much appreciated. All right. Git add all, git commit converted arrow.tsx. Hooray. So moving on back up to event details. Class name. So I'm going to, oh, I can remove that arrow class. Oops. All right. So index or routes.css and shared CSS. I had put all the component specific stuff in shared with a big snarky comment about we're going to eventually move towards a styling solution. So coming over to here, we have event details topic singular. So let's give that a class name with CSS margin 0.25 EM0. Zoink. Event details topics. This gets its own class name too. Margin 2rem 01 rem. Event details dates. Aha. Now we get the first instance of a shared variable font size, var font size large. I will want to do something more, I don't know, design system oriented here. So right now it uses variable font size large, but I'd love to be able to just do like LG or something. But in order to do that, I think I'm going to need to define my tokens somewhere. To do token question mark. So let's go back to the Panda docs and see how we can do tokens. Here we go. Theming tokens. All right. So when I go to my, yeah, they have an actual like config section for this. When I go to my define config, I need to define my theme with my tokens. Do they have an example of the suggested name for size? Semantic tokens, which I don't need yet. Font size. Here we go. They call it sizes. Oh, that's a built-in name. Okay. Sizes. Great. So everyone uses names like SM. Is there font size mentioned anywhere here? Aha, font sizes is what they call this one. I don't like SM. I like small, medium, large. But I'll just go with their suggestion. So going to my root CSS file, which is what previously I declared font size whatever in. See, this is why I don't like SM. We have all these like, yeah. So I don't know. I'm not, yeah. If I had just used like small, medium, large, I'd go with SM, MD, LG or whatever, but I hate having to wrap my mind around these little abbreviations. Sorry, yeah, I just spent like 30 seconds explaining I don't like things without actually saying why. Prefer the actual words as it makes it easier to read without having to process what each abbreviation means. Exactly. Yes, thank you. So the issue here now is that the medium font size clamps. By the way, this is a lovely CSS feature, clamping. You set the middle as what it's actually going to be, but don't let it go smaller than what's to the left, the first value, or larger than what's at the right. Yeah, I don't like abbreviations. I really don't. I think they're hostile to people all around, especially folks who are English second language. And I'm not even ESL, and I already have a hard time with them. Can you imagine someone who's like ESL and dyslexic trying to read SM, MDL all over the place? Ugh. All right, so yeah, this font size medium references a previous one, which I think is what they've been talking about with token nestings hierarchy. All right, so can I use, what is this syntax here? Does this refer to the other thing? Can I do, it's font size large, so font sizes, notice the lack of autocomplete. I don't like the way this feature is designed if I'm using it right. If I'm not using it right, then ignore me. Font sizes dot large. You know what? I'm just gonna wait a second. Hang on. How does this even work? What is the 10px hack? I'm not familiar. How did I do this? Am I clamping? Can you have a clamp within a clamp? Is that a thing? So it's font sizes dot large. Is that what it clamps to? I don't even remember what is happening here. So if I do, so font size large. Well, you set the base font size to 10px, then you can easily calculate 25. No, I've never heard of that. Let's look at, where's my H3? Give you a little more space. H3. What is happening? What did I even do here? Oops. All right, so in my Panda config, I said font sizes small, smaller. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna say small. Put my name at the end so I can tell if I'm actually using the things I meant to. Oh yeah, our typography is hilarious. This site brings me so much joy. It's a bold variant of the brutalist design ethos, implemented by someone or designed by someone, me, who doesn't actually understand design or brutalism. So, all right, so large Josh to see if it actually does the thing I want it to. All right, well, something is up. And it doesn't actually do anything. I swear to God, if they hard coded it so you have to use their token names, I'm not. I don't think they did that. Token usage. All right. Oh, so it's color, font sizes. Dots. I don't even remember what this was supposed to be. Dot large. And then there's composite values. Okay, so you can do like token parentheses. So I might have to do like token font sizes dot large, maybe. And nothing. Oh wait, font size dot large. Josh. I don't like how it's not auto refreshing the page when I hit save. Already with the annoyance. All right, so in my Panda config, I have specified large font sizes dot large, and on the page it's not using font sizes. What the crap? Font sizes. Well, this sucks. I don't even know what I just navigated to. I've declared font sizes large Josh with a value. I've used CSS font size, font sizes.josh. Do I have to do token? Where's my H3? fs underscore var font size large. What? I'm going to put a WAT value 123px just to make it really fun. Font sizes .wat. Where is this var font size large coming from? Maybe it just like crashed at one point. I didn't even notice. That would be, oh boy. Unclosed bracket. What? Index.css. Where's my unclosed bracket? What did I do wrong? Someone should have let me know. This new CSS syntax. What is the error? Someone from the remix team needs to make this better for me. I'm so spoiled. I'm using it wrong. You need to. This is ass though. This is really not great. CSS input 436. It doesn't tell me which file is wrong because it's not line 436 of index.css. This has not been a particularly good onboarding experience. Else, this dot file, console log, hi, this CSS, this dot file, this. See if that gives me a. Oh, who was I watching? Oh yeah, Daniel Rowe, I think. From Nuxt had a good idea. Emoji-based debugging to make it stand out in your terminal. Unless it was someone else. Anyway. Where root host. Ah, here we go. So the issue is, of course, from my code. Just the error message was horrible. And it's from font sizes.large. So the issue is it does replace font sizes.large, but it's missing the end parentheses. This, I should file a bug. This is what I would consider to be a bug in the development setup, that it should be giving me an error telling me. Yeah. Thanks, good call. I haven't closed the parentheses clamp. This is a user error. Additionally, I would consider this a bug in someone that it's not telling me where my error is. So I'm going to commit this as a reference. Commit started on event details. Intentional known error in medium Josh. Yeah. Everyone sucks here, as they say on Reddit. Also, drink water. So let's make a new issue. Hooray! Bug. Poor error in development when token has unclosed, has syntax error. So I messed up the syntax for a token by forgetting to close a parentheses. Let's call this. Ooh, yeah, let's reduce indentation there. Within Panda config TS. The error message reported by Panda post CSS, etc. Didn't show. Was rather unhelpful. It mentions mentioned that index CSS had an issue, but never pointed out the specific syntax complaint or where it came from. Let's clear. Theme needs to go on a new line or it will appear as a comment. Sorry, what theme? In the issue I raised. Oh, thanks. Good call. Yep. Much appreciated, Graham. Yes. Medium Josh. I had to add a console.log inside the call stack to see that the specific CSS being created was Demian, Happy New Year. Toby, is the website open source? Yes, I linked in the chat. It's pinned in the chat the issue for evaluating choosing a style system, which is linked to the pull request. So it's this one, line or issue number 84. Philly.js Club's website. Should be pinned. Let me know if Twitch bugged and actually didn't post it, because that wouldn't surprise me. So now I'm going to go to the specific commits and get that one for reference. How you doing, Demian? Where's my issue? Where'd it go? Here we go. Sorry again. Go to check out PMPM and PMPM dev. C mind boggling. C unclear error message. Sorry again for not posting a stack blitz. Remix TS. What was my Panda version again? Panda 024. Not applicable browser, operating system Mac, but probably not relevant either. Hooray! And now I post on social media. And that issue also has a link to the PR commit. Found and managed to mess up my parentheses and exposed a not great error. Filed an issue to improve. Error message situation. Hooray. All right, well, moving on. Now that this is quote unquote working and that I can probably just fix this. Oh shoot, I should remove the the console log. Oh god. Where did I put it? There we go. Clamp. Awesome. Yeah, no, please do, Graham. Please steal it. I love it when people do this. Thank you. PMPM dev. Make sure it doesn't poop all over me again. I think the issue, I didn't think too deeply about it. I think the issue is that post CSS throws and then somewhere else it's caught, or like logs or returns, and then somewhere else it's messaged. But the complaint that it generates doesn't actually say the CSS line that's bad. It just says, oh, there was an issue in some file, but it doesn't say the right file. So maybe it's source maps, but also I can see why source maps would be hard here, because they're pulling in the top of the stream in one way is this value, and then the bottom is the file. Tough issue. All right, yeah, look at this. They got my WAT. It works. Very good. So now I can do font sizes dot medium Josh. That should update it. Where the font size is var font size is medium Josh, which is that I still need to do more. Font size. How do I nest tokens again? What is this? That should be here. Let's do another WAT 123px font sizes dot WAT. That's value. Assad Merdev, hello. You speak. First of all, welcome. Thanks for coming on. Second of all, you speak like someone who knows what they're doing, which makes me think. Do you work on Chakra? Or, pardon me, Panda? Or either? Okay, I can just do font size medium Josh. That's awesome. Please work. Refresh. Thanks for the advice. It's not. Oh, that's awesome. Welcome. Thank you for your work. This makes me really happy. Really appreciate you hopping on the stream. Love it when that happens. I apologize for just. Ooh, that's awesome. I apologize for just spewing hatred out there into the open. When things work well, I'm quickly happy and then I move on. Such is life. But yeah, I'm trying to get this to work so that my medium Josh should do like font sizes dot larger or dot large Josh. Or something like that. Like I want, eventually I'll remove the Josh suffix, of course. But I want to be able to use font sizes dot large Josh as the third argument to my clamp. That would be nice. On production, that seems to work. Where's, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, okay, yeah. So if we move the event details, we get font size. Got it. So it's font sizes dot large Josh. So we get the var there, and then it's still WAT. Interesting. Do I need to restart dev server? Well, I have to restart my without the token category and the dot. I can do without the token. That makes sense because it's in the font sizes category. Is that like a nice shorthand there? Look at that. Yay, thanks. So I have a question for you. Please forgive me if this is rude. I want to be able to do like color, like I want to get an error message when I do something bad. Is there a way with Panda to give me a red or yellow squiggly here? Like a TypeScript type error or ESM complaint, something like that? Like one of the reasons why I'm excited about these systems, is that I want to be yelled at if I mistype a token name or some such. Yes. That is awesome. That makes me so happy. Strict tokens. It is my opinion, as someone who doesn't work on these things and doesn't actually have a lot of knowledge or context here, that this should be enabled by default. I don't know if that opinion is great, but so if I regenerate, then that means that it'll no longer include the like string and hang on a second. The string end is still there. If I remove styled system and then pmpm pmpm dev. Ooh. interesting. Look at that. Yes. Thank you. Ooh, Nick, tell me more. I'm interested. Within this PR, it'll only affect properties. That's so interesting. Display ABC. Oh, so it'll only throw if you've previously defined a config token. That's interesting. I kind of like that. I need to think about that more. Yeah, because that makes sense. I wouldn't want it to throw on or to give a type error on margin block because Nick, you're asking the exact question I'm thinking through now. Summer, you probably just saved me 3 hours of work at the very least. Thank you. Yeah, it complains about this. Please ask. By the way, am I saying your name? Astamer? I apologize. If I'm interpreting it right, someone yell at me if I'm wrong. It's because prior to that PR, you need to define tokens for everything in order to have known allowed values. But with that PR, it changed it so it'll only be strict about your names if you've defined tokens. So like because I haven't defined what margin block is supposed to be, it just allows it to be any of the default built-in things. Oh my God, that's so much easier. Thanks, Alex. Cool. So then I can use this hack, quote unquote, escape hatch, pardon me, not hack, escape hatch to do this. Nice. Yeah, so cool. Awesome. Well, that makes me happy. Ugh, this is great. I'm so much happier. I am curious if there's a particular reason why it's off by default. If it's the thing that I just complained about, or we just saw. Border 1px solid token parentheses. Cool. So I could do like 2 ram 0 token parentheses whatever. Got it. And will that be type safe? Is there like template literal string parsing and such in there? Oh, I missed something. Oh wait, I need to. Okay, I do wish that there was like a running dev server or some such here, so that I don't need to. Do I have to PNPM setup whatever the prepare whatever it is? There we go. Panda code gen. It would be nice if Panda code gen. Oh, I didn't even know there was an extension. Who recommend? Why is that little thing? What? I've never seen this before. Can't install release version of Chakra UI Panda CSS VS Code. Come on. So I have to do a pre-release version? VS Code? What? What is happening? Is that just not shown? I don't have the patience to do it, but someone should file an issue on VS Code that there was no visual indication it was. Okay, whatever. Add to workspace recommendations. This is funny. Yeah, Panda's real new age, right? Or early stage. That's the whole thing. So will this extension run my Panda code gen for me in live mode? Because oh, still not going. What did I mess up? What did I do? Hey. Oh no. Oh, it's Josh. That's what it is. What do they for? Yay. Ugh, love it. Thank you. So now I'm wondering, like, what is, just from the general, I don't know, viewpoint perspective of making a remix site, I want it to be so that if I run pnpm dev, which is currently the run command, I do remix dev. Does remix dev have support for also running some other command in the background? Ooh, post CSS plugin that will automatically trigger those code gen rebuilds whenever your config change. That would be lovely. Remix uses Vite. Vite supports post CSS. Awesome. Do we have a Vite config? I feel like this would make sense to add to the remix guide, maybe? Question mark. Does this mention watch mode? Does not mention watch mode. Okay, yeah, I thought I went through it all. Alex, would you like me to file an issue for this? I don't know your preferred flow of. I want it to be so that when I go through the remix getting started guide, it tells me to set up the watch in some way. Panda post CSS watch. Also, yeah, how do I Oh, awesome. Yay. Ooh. Okay, awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Is Anubra on the team? I don't know. What I'm saying is sorry if I'm cool. I say hello. Sorry for being unclear. What I'm saying is I expected the getting started guide to add at least the following to my git ignore styled system, but it didn't, which was surprising, both for two reasons. One, how do I say this? I want to convey that, like, getting started guides I've experienced before generally have you git ignore any built output the way, if that's the intended way to use the framework. I also thought the Panda config ts config value for adding to git ignore is described as defaulting to true. So I'm surprised it wasn't done for me. Oh shoot, I meant to ask, does that make sense? Also, Alex, I realize you're here and I'm filling in the issue details. Please, if I'm being a buffoon and doing it wrong, I would love to know. All right. Cool. Let's continue. So it works. I'm happy. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's nice. Cool. I guess I'll check in everything. Continued in event details. Add LSP extension, or add extension, enable strict tokens. Panda. Ugh, I keep forgetting to regenerate this stupid secret key. Panda. Settings. Panda. Cool. Oh, I'm always up for the color previews. Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Cool. Enable a couple things just for fun. All right. So I'm actually going to git ignore styled system now. Or I'm going to RMRF styled system. Is that the right way to force? Yet ignore styled system. Right, so when in dev. Wait, Nixer, are you also on the Panda team? You're speaking with such confidence. I worry that I've like snubbed you. I'm sorry. So, what was it? PNPM Panda Code Gen Watch. Ugh, love that panda emoji. Okay, and then PNPM Dev. So now I have 2 dev servers happening. So I'll want to mention this in the development. Then in a separate terminal, start the Panda CSS code. Okay, cool. PNPM Panda Code Gen Watch. Also mention. Oh yeah, wait. So I'm sorry, I totally spaced on this. You can tell I've been streaming for more than an hour. I'm starting to lose track of things. How do I enable this post CSS thing? I did that, I think. Import. By the way. Okay, never mind. Yeah. So I did that. I feel like I did something wrong, but I don't know what it is. Well, it ain't working for me. I'm on PNPM Dev, and I had to do this, I think. Lol. Did I stop or close my localhost? I think I did. Whoops. All right, well, let's move on. I do want to eventually get through the styles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we have shared CSS. Extracted. Ah, that is there. But if I do panda.config ts, let's change this to 2000 rem. If I save the panda config, then it doesn't update. If I save the tokens, if I completely clear the theme, it doesn't open or it doesn't update. If I just completely destroy my panda config contents. Typing random letters into the terminal doesn't force an update. I was wondering if they'd implemented that. All right, so event dash details. Who did it? Sorry, I keep switching around. Oh, I should probably remove WAT. Oh, nice. Yeah, so the language server complains, but the actual files on disk don't update. Is that what's happening? Event details is... Okay, so now I'm going to want to do a variance again or something. So I'm just going to... Oh, no, variance is complaining because direction is not happy because height is complaining. So I'm going to have to use the thing. Oh wait, margin left for everyone is 0.1. Let's just up, right, bottom, left. Yeah, I can definitely see why the PR updates this to be not required for tokens. Okay, I got it. That reminds me. To source this from. I meant that to check this. Is there like a utility type or something? Recipe variant props that lets me get in the direction automatically. Oh boy. I meant to look this up in the Panda docs and never got around to it. CVA props. Ooh, TypeScript guide. Alright, so this is how we do it. Oops. So type arrow variants is recipe variant props type of arrow. So it's a type or some such. It's a styled button with buttons. I'm gonna have to start using types. Back out fine. Okay. I wish I could do an interface here, but I could definitely. I've wrestled with dynamic types in TypeScript enough to know that sometimes it's just not doable. See if extends works. Good call. It's not. Yeah, it's recipe props is a type that's generic. Yeah, it's a union. Not nullable. Why would that switch it to? Are you serious? What? What? Why? Why does that do that? That's so silly. Also, I'll inline it. That's so. What the heck? All it does is it just ends it with an object. Or with the empty object type. Which, by the way, is a misnomer of it. Because it's really any empty value type. Thank you. That's so silly. On TypeScript side, not on the Panda side. All right, whatever. It's fine. I've learned better than to question TypeScript in a stream. Instead of arrow, we're going to call this, what was it? Article or event details. Yeah, what I'm questioning is why is it that adding in the non-nullable made it a statically determinable type, whereas recipe variant props directly isn't allowed? Like, this feels like a feature gap in TypeScript to me. Very silly. But I haven't looked into it deeply. I don't want to say anything with too much certainty, you know? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Oh, wait. Also, this margin left is wrong. It should just be margin. Speaking of which, base margin, where the variants are weights, which is got it. Recipe variant props is thingy or undefined. Oh, interesting. So non-nullable filters out the or undefined, thereby essentially ununifying it. There's only one type constituent, so it's just the thing. Question mark. Okay. I wonder if there's an argument to be made. Again, I don't know these things. I'm just speculating. If there's an argument to be made in having it or a sibling exported thing export something that's not a type union. That's like everything is optional or something. So that I can see why you want the union, so that you do like parentheses without no params. So like maybe a sibling or something. But this was amusing to see and unpleasant. Yeah. Or maybe like have it be, I forget if this is one of those things that's randomly really difficult to do, but like have the function allow no arguments. Like your example was arrow, like allow arrow parentheses, like function call to arrow with no arguments if the first argument is satisfied by the empty object or empty value type. So that you'd get the benefits of being able to interface extends, but also be able to, yeah. Anyway, cool stuff. Thank you. Let's get my variants, light and medium. Yeah, like a conditional type and overload. I've been looking at like extending tuple types, or like spreading rather tuple types. All right, so the light one is font weight. Font sizes dot light, I think it was. And medium doesn't even have. So medium is just nothing. What are you complaining about? What's my Panda config? Oh, font sizes dot light. Font weights. Oops. Font weights. Oh, I have to copy that over from my root config. Right, thank you. Right, because it's the same. Question mark. Thanks. Just copy these over. Shut up, VS Code. Root. See if it gives me grief for this. Font weight is light. What did I do wrong here? Let me try restarting Panda, see what happens. I know it's like the extension language server, but start TS server. Yeah, I like erasing the default preset. I basically never use the default preset if I can help it. Whenever someone gives me it, I'm like, to hell with you. I'm doing it myself. Maybe I'm wrong there. Are these the literal exact ones provided though? Because I'm using like large and larger as both 700. Why am I doing that? I'm just now realizing maybe that's a bug. I mean, that's my behavior. Maybe I'm wrong to do the behavior of okay, what is this complaining about? What? Font weight light? Font weight's light? What am I doing wrong here? Not in strict mode, I suppose. What? Not at all. Why are you yelling at me? Font weight. What is font weight supposed to be? Let's see the docs. Why is it yelling? Also, why is it I'm hitting enter on my phone and the Chrome isn't updating the webpage? Weird. Does it work on the site? Where's my? Why do I keep? Oh, there it is. I keep getting confused. I keep getting confused because we're using the same yellow. It's the JavaScript yellow in Philly.js as Panda. Okay. The next hue should be one of the name of your variant. variance light. What? Oh, thank you. Yep. Yep. There we go. Yep. What I did for arrow, and this always gets me. Variance. What do I want to call this? Weights. There was a proposal a while back for adding in like custom error types in the TypeScript type system to be able to say like, hey, you probably meant to do this, but I don't think it went anywhere. All right, let's see if it does what I wanted it to. So event details, variance weights, and I didn't actually use it. Okay. See event details with weights. And then there's also a missing medium class name in there I'll have to add. It's probably like a font size or something, I forget. Error types in Java. Good times. All right, so event details, gone. Event details lights, medium doesn't actually add anything. Oh boy. I feel like I glimpsed seeing where the docs go over things like this, but is this how you do it? Margin top 3 rem. I'll don't particularly want to dive into this right now. That'll be my next up to see if I got it right. And what is dot medium? Okay, so font size, medium, font weights, medium. That's how you do it. Yay! Though not really recommended to use sibling selectors, at least on particular styling. Great. Yeah, I can see why that would be a thing. Fun fact, the last styling system I like actively worked with, actually the only one I've like repeatedly worked with over a long period of time, is Codecademy. It's called Gamut, which I'm a big fan of. The docs aren't like production grade. It's just used by Codecademy folks. But it had a lot of things here. And Gamut, which is built on Emotion, like emotion.sh, had an issue where it would use a lot of inline tags. So using siblings wouldn't always work because they would be inline. So like inline style tags, like end the page so that like server side rendering would be able to stream them down. So yeah, your sibling selectors would just randomly not work. So we weren't allowed to use them for that good reason. Good times. All right, well, this seems to be working. Where is this my underscore coming from? Did I add that? By the way, Alex, what do you think about using emojis in your class names? I've always wanted to do that. Never gotten around to trying it. So like instead of whatever. Oh, MY margin vertical. Y-axis. There we go. Yeah. To do, you find a different way. That is my thing. I did. To do prefix classes with. I'm not gonna add a to do for that. See, like these class names are actually really clean, so there's no need for it. But like in other ones where it's auto-generated, you know, like production ones, then I would say, oh, well, why not use an emoji for it? It brings me joy, and makes it easier to Command F or Control F. All right, so event details. Other than the fact that I want to put a to do, I'm just proof of concepting these. I don't want to refactor anything. That's all good. So we're good on class names. Awesome. Oh, my whole class name's emojis? Nah. That's too much even for me. Why is this giving me out? I don't. Shut up. I've used Command J to like open my terminal. Why? It kept going to output. I don't know why. All right. All right. Finish event details. Awesome. Oh, right. I don't need the weight there. So funny. Cool. So that's good. So I can go back to index TSX. I had started on event details. I'm just doing a depth first search on my components. Now let's go to page grid, which calls to arrow, which I had previously converted. Where's the complaint? Oh, rotate equals 180. I don't need that. Arrow, instead it's direction. Oh, look at this. This is the change I made just now is a big part of why I love these style systems, where I'm getting these type safe props with IntelliSense, autocompletion, whatever, inline. So nice. All right, so let's start going to the class names. Page grid footer link. Here we go. CSS padding 0. Let's import that. By the way, Alex, is there any way I can be useful to you to thank you for all the advice and time saved? You've probably saved me many, many hours in this. At the expense of I'm now less capable of reading the Panda docs than I would have been at the end of it. Also, because I keep forgetting to mention, anyone else want to talk about things in the chat, please do pipe up. Always happy to chat, open source, TypeScript, development life, whatever. Always happy. Whether or not you know what I'm doing or created or co-created the library I'm using or whatever. Always happy. Yeah, Panda makes me happy. I can't yet speak to how it makes me happy relative to its neighbors in the ecosystem, like vanilla extract, for example, but I eventually will. So active. Ooh, I like that it does have the autocomplete for that. Text decoration, underline. Okay, this selector is going to be a real pain in the butt to type out, and I can already see that this is going to be a to-do. Find another way. Huh, that's cool. Funny how that all, sometimes these things just work out, you know? Active. All right, so the thing that's not, get out of here, that's not first. Honestly, even if vanilla extract is fantastic and has no flaws, I like that there are multiple efforts in the ecosystem. Like I'm glad that Sage contacted you, because it's good to have competition, you know? Pros and cons always, but like I like seeing different approaches and things iterating. So for not the first of type or oh no. Gonna have to see how to do this. Oh yeah, Stylex is on our list too. I want to take a look at that. Before, yeah, to do, find another way. As bad practice as this is in styling systems land, at least I feel like it's a good stress test of the style system to see whether it can do these things or how it would do these things. All right, so I'm gonna have to set up my colors. Foreground, content is blank. And Panda config. What is it? Colors, foreground. Ooh, config.conditions. Thanks. That's interesting. If you have repeated ones, you can reference in your CSS with a prefixed underscore. You know, I'm not a big fan of underscores. Maybe it's like just an old association in my mind from pre-TypeScript days when everyone, to make like quote unquote private class members or whatever members, object members, would use underscores. I don't know. To me, it feels like string oriented API design rather than type oriented. Like I'd rather like import something from somewhere and use that personally. I don't know if that instinct is right or applicable here. Meant to differentiate. Yeah. I can see why that'd be useful. Oh yeah, eventually I'm going to have to go light mode, dark mode, but I'll do that later. And just to be safe. Oh boy. What did I mess up here? Oh, did I mess up my actual JavaScript syntax this time? Well, nice. Okay, I don't think I actually finished these. So I added the tokens. Yeah, this added there. I haven't even started the breakpoint stuff yet. Which I will have to eventually. Oh, you know what? I'll have to do it now-ish because it's going to be a pain in the butt to do it later when I've forgotten what all the class names map to. Ugh. Okay. But first, why was I doing color? Background for, oh, look at that. Very nice. God. What is this nav link? It's all these are the nav links, I think. Yeah, nav link, link. Fine. So I'm gonna want to nest. So if it's not the first of type and not after the page grid footer separator, then before it we add like this little. What the hell? What is that? I'm prod. Oh, it's the circle. Got it. So that's how I remember this now. That's how I added the circles there responsibly. Silly little design. How do I reference? So what I'm gonna have to do is port over the like page grid footer separator, which is this thing. Basis? What did I call that? Oh, right. Needs the Band-Aid. What are these called again? So page grid footer separator, there's no responsive designs there. Page grid footer link. Oh, no responsive design. That's nice. Really? Okay. What am I doing? So I need a way to reference designs to and from each other. This is the property-based conditional styles. That's nice. Background, base, whatever, on hover, whatever. Arbitrary selectors. Is there a way? Oh, there's an underscore before. That's nice. You could probably. What did I collapse here by accident? But is there a way to? Why is my Chrome getting all weird? Oh, my computer's freezing. Isn't that lovely? Jesus Christ, I hate Mac sometimes. Whee! I think my Finder app is crashing or something. I don't. Oh no, we're good. It just unfroze. Okay, well that's nice. Anyway, I want to find a way to. What the heck? Where is Chrome? What? Oh, Chrome crashed. That's great. Now when I reopen it, all my private stuff will be visible, maybe. Get out of there, you. Get out of there. Wee. the stream manager. There's no special way to reference a class name other than underlining it like you did or getting it from a variable defined in the same file because of static implementation. Okay, so what I'm doing here is horrible anyway. So I'm just gonna do this. And then I think it was yeah, so I did see and receive that there are shortcuts there, but I don't like what this is doing anyway. So, well, it works. Yay. The before, why is only one of them getting the before? Is it like getting overrode by something else? What's happening here? Huh? Why is only one? What did I do wrong? If you're active, you get text iteration. If you have a select the before. Just in case I'll restart everything all. Why is only one of these getting the... Oh my god, am I... Because only one of these actually has this. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to extract this to a constant in module scope, which is, by the way, a totally underrated feature of TypeScript language services. Class name equals nav link. This is the reusable thing. Yay! And then it's before, not first of type. So it's at least the first one isn't getting that silly thing. Cool. And then if I change the background to background, which in the default view is orange. Yep, so the colors are working. Yay. I could probably use like a variant on this or something, but whatever, it's fine. Okay. Let's see, page grid left does have responsive styles. So let's do that. Oh, wait, page grid footer, separate. Page grid footer separator was previously used just as the separator, I think. So, all right. Page grid footer has a few different styles. Isn't that nice? So I'm going to start composing these. Need to look at the docs for breakpoints. Responsive design. So you have breakpoints by default, which I, of course, will completely ignore. Ha ha ha. And instead, just look at my breakpoints as defined in code. Are you serious? There's only one actual breakpoint area used? Okay, so I have two, 700 px and 1000 px. And as to why I sometimes use screen and sometimes didn't, who knows what I was thinking. Yeah, some of them are in root, some of them are in shared. So let's go to the Panda config. Breakpoints, what was it again? I'm gonna do, I only have two, so, oh wait, no, I have three, 700, 1000, 1400. By the way, does anyone in the chat know why I always prefer variants of the number 7 or multiples of the number 7 when possible? There is an answer to that. It's a video game reference. A little trivia there for y'all 90s and aughts gamers. Breakpoints, so small, 700, what is it? PX is needed. 700 PX, medium, 1000 PX, and then large, 1400 PX. Cool. And then I can do CSS. Then I put the just breakpoint is the name. Let's see, what was I working on? Working on page grid footer. Which is in 2 places, so I'll just give it the defaults to start. Is there like a way to... Someone's probably made a plugin for this before to like convert these to CSS and JS from a CSS copy. Someone's definitely made that, I hope. Because it is annoying. Transform tools, CSS, thank you. Yes, there we go. There we go. Amazing. Is there a VS Code extension, I wonder? No? Oh, JSX to CSS. Well, anyway. Someone's probably made that somewhere. It's a VS Code. Thank you, that's awesome. It's very, very useful. Font size, medium. Font weight, large. Grid area footer, that's just a name. Height, 100%, that's a constant. All right. It's page grid footer, and then in large, I'm gonna ignore that for a brief moment. Do I get large? I don't get large. Can I use a breakpoint with a name other than Yeah, so I really don't like abbreviations. To me, this is a usability issue. I'm aware that having the small things like MY is like both common, especially with Tailwind, and like a nice way to save space. But I find it super unreadable, and like it, even as a native English speaker with no second language, it's hard for me to map in my head between like SM, MD, LG, and so on to SM, medium, large, and so on. So this is just hard for me. Like I really don't like having to do this. And if that's the way it works, that's the way it works. I can deal with it. But you know, I'm protesting over here. That's why I did like smaller, small, and so on in my font sizes. Thanks. Yeah, I can do that. Kind of my next step by default now. Restart TS. Restart Panda. Panda. Oh yeah, there we go. Just need to restart. Thanks. Oh yeah, I probably should have done one at a time to help isolate which one it is. My bad. But wait, let's see what it is. Okay, so restart Panda server. Nothing. Restart TS server. Nothing. Restart Remix server. Nothing. Now that I've restarted Remix server, restart TS. Restart Panda. Nothing. Get out of here. Restart Panda CodeGen. Restart Panda CodeGen, and then also restart Panda server. So I need to restart the CodeGen and then also restart the Panda server. Fun! Just confirming. If I restart Panda server on its own, that doesn't do it. But if I restart Panda CodeGen, then restart the Panda server, it fixes it. Okay. Got it. Okay, so cool. Thank you. So wait, if I go back to Josh for everything and then hit save. Nothing going. And as soon as I restart the Panda server, Fix? No. Start TS server? No. Wait, what? I've lost track. I'm no longer willing to debug this. 2 hours into the stream. I'm getting tired. My back hurts. I'm gonna probably start speeding up now and like just trying to blaze through the features. Okay. Ooh, look at that. Yay. It's actually like starting to kind of look like the layout of the site. Here we go to prod. Go back home. There we go. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous website we have here. Okay. So that's the footer. Page grid left is... Ooh, I can do that real quick, actually. So that's CSS. CSS with a grid area left. And then in... oh, it's not large, actually. This one would be medium because it's 1000. And then medium is padding bottom 2 rem. Cool. Is page grid subtitle only used once? I'm just gonna get through the simpler ones first. Is the repo public? Yeah. Actually, you know what? Let me get a little better at committing. It's the pins. The backing issue for evaluating all these different things is pins in the Twitch chat. Since you're the second person who asked, I'm guessing that's not super discoverable. So reposted. Get commit start on page grid, breakpoints and colors. Thanks for taking a look. Yeah, so page grid subtitle, CSS, font size, larger, weight, title, line heights. I think line height I haven't done yet. Text transform, uppercase. So yeah, line height, I'm going to want to switch from the root line height medium, line height title, CSS variables to my, is that a thing? Line heights, very nice. Forgot I did this. I based the line height medium CSS variable on the font size, so it should be font sizes dot medium. I did get my parentheses good, but I forgot to set it inside a value. It would be nice if I could just shorthand a string or a number instead of a value object. Because like the breakpoints are that syntax, and I know that's different. It's like a record string, but line height medium, line height title. Goodbye. Fun fact, on my personal site, the line height is different in dark mode because dark mode is less readable, and I have a blog on my site. But this Philly JS Club thing doesn't have a blog, so oh boy. Panda code gen ain't updating. Oh boy. Invalid format. That's not good. I want to be able to do this. I want to just be able to set a, sorry for being unclear. I want to just be able to set a string and type, but it seems to be requiring me to set provide an object with a value property set to the value. But I want to be able to just do like, I don't know, just like light 400 or whatever. Like why, from my perspective as a naive user, like why do I have to provide an object with a property? Like you can statically determine type system wise that it is just the value if it's a string or number, right? Question mark, can you? Is there a reason? Also, what is it complaining about with my yeah, but why would I have to wrap with a function? Like I just want to pass the thing. Oh, to stay close to the W3C spec. Oh, I keep forgetting. I think it was referenced that there is like a literal W3C token spec, right? That's like a thing now. design tokens. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, this thing. All right, so now the cogen is letting me know that I have an incorrect format. Did I mess that up? Maybe I'm. Tokens.studio. Ooh. And line height is still not matched up. Line height larger. Was this just a bug? I'm going to have to search in the actual repo. Did I just completely fabricate a line height? Oops. Line height larger. Huh. That line height doesn't exist. Whoops. See, this is why I like style systems, because they TypeScript error when I use something that doesn't exist. All right, weight, font weight, title. I swear to God, this also doesn't exist. Okay, it does actually exist, which means font weights dot title. Why are you yelling at me? Okay, I should disable the extension. I'm sorry. I know that must be heartbreaking. Cool. Oh my God. Font weights title. Sigh. Okay. Yeah, this is looking better. This is looking closer. Woots. By the way, the reason why I liked number 7 is because Bungie, the creators of Halo and Marathon, and later Destiny, and later again Marathon, used to like have this like weird obsession with the number 7 that I always thought was awesome. Oh, this is interesting. Twitch Smart Detection just flagged your message with AutoMod beta. Text styles. I will allow this. Thought that was kind of cute. Thanks, Twitch. Oh, so it's like a shorthand? What is this? Cool. Yeah, I'll add this as a to-do. Thank you. For now, I'm just trying to get the dang thing to work. But no, that's awesome. Okay, side note, I've been streaming for 2 hours and 8 minutes. I'm not going to get through the whole site, but I think I've gotten a pretty good amount of progress on just getting it to work, or at least proof of concept. I could go and whatever, finish it later on my own with basically, I think, the same ideas, except, of course, I wouldn't have the helpfulness of Alex. But I'm getting tired. My back hurts. I'm getting hungry. So I'm going to probably finish in maybe 10 minutes. Just a heads up. Around 2:15, 2:20 my time, give or take. It's 2:08 for me right now. But all right, let's continue. So I was going through styles, and what did I just change? I changed my subtitle, which was this thing. I got shared CSS down to under 300 lines, which is nice. But now I'm starting to see... Ooh, page weight title. I can change that in line 2 without messing with breakpoints. Oh, already I want the transform tools. Oh, so useful. Thank you. Var fonts dash whatever. Nice. Okay. One criticism I have of putting, not criticism, gripe, complaint, difference from how I do things with breakpoints inline is that I like to alphabetize props. I've gotten real lucky so far that the sorting has put the breakpoints last. But I can see how that would be irksome if like I had to put Z index or something here. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Page grid and page grid header. And then we also have page grid footer, which I think I previously converted. Yeah, that's page grid footer. So I'm gonna make a shared thing for this. Const page grid header and footer equals, I don't know if this is like the right terminology, but why is it? They're prettier settings. It's different from my visual. So this is on both the header and the footer. So for now, I'll just put it on the footer. String. Oh. I thought I could combine with CSS. Am I doing this wrong? Whoa, look at that. Got the font sizing. Merging styles. How do I merge styles? Oh, I can't, you can't, you have to do .raw to combine them. Yeah, okay. Fine by me. There you go. All right, so that's page grid header and page grid footer. So now I'll do page grid header. CSS something, and then also page grid header and footer. Display, I can just do this. Line, flex direction, column, grid area, header. And then also in medium, oh my god, again the alphabetization is working in my favor. I love this. Okay, no, I'm too impatient to. There you go. As to why I used the index, I don't remember. Nice. And then page grid footer. In medium. Oh, I already converted this. Oops. So this is a criticism a lot of people have with inline styles, whether it's done with class names like Tailwind or a system like Panda CSS, that the size of this page has exploded and it's really not readable compared to how it was before, which I can empathize and understand. Empathize with and understand as a concern. The canonical response to that would be to separate them out or whatnot. Like you could put these as constants. So like I might do like header or something, which I guess would be and like I wonder if there's arguably a performance benefit for this. Which actually I'm curious about. Is there a performance better here? What is this complaining about? A performance nicety that like I don't have to recreate these things. Yeah, there you go. Like you could make a recipe, you could make a CSS TS the way vanilla extract does. I don't know yet actually what my personal preference is. I don't know. Like the canonical, I agree with the canonical response that if you have too many inline styles, it means that you're overloading the functionality of your component, that your component is defining a bajillion things at once. So either you consider your styling to be a separate concern or like a side, not side effect, like a parallel thing, like you make a CSS file for that. Or you like extract and use components, whatever it is. But for now, I'll just keep it in line. Like I don't agree with it as a criticism that these things like these styling systems are flawed with this as a criticism because it is surmountable. Like the same way that you use CSS modules, just make a CSS TS file, you know? Yeah, performance bonus that comes into play if this gets called a lot, yeah. Thank God I work in static sites and I don't have to deal with that crap. Ha ha! Okay. CSS page grid. Let's finish up page grid. Call it a day. Oh boy. I wonder if I need the quotes there. See how it looks now. Wow, it's it's so close to prod. Look at this. That's so funny. It's like all different fonts. Wow, that's awesome. It's getting there. That makes me really happy. And then, of course, here we go. Here's the complaint, the alphabetization. So I could do like base for this, which I think I actually will do. It would be nice. I know this is way early in the ecosystem to be expecting such a thing, but it would be nice if there was a CSS plugin that enforced this for me. Alrighty, page grid is converted. Shared styles under 250 lines now. Yes, +1. I'm going to just speak aloud from the chat. Using Remix Astro or anything that can pre-render HTML, you can completely eliminate the CSS runtime without the need for a bundler like Beat or Webpack or whatnot. Plugin that transforms your source code like vanilla extract. Yeah. I think that's one of the things I like about the current / upcoming slew of styling systems, that they're built both for dynamic sites, but then also for static sites. So you get the nice performance benefit of being able to statically compile your styles. That's really important. Hell yeah. And look at this. Progress. Oh, and that seems off. Does that fix things? Nope, that breaks stuff. Well, I'll figure it out later what the difference is. All right, so it looks like I've finished page grid. Oh, wait, no, that's not the commit message I wanted. Finish up page grid. It's annoying me that the root colors aren't showing through, so I'll just do that. So like a admin, where did I define these colors? Body. Oh, you know what? I'll just app root CSS, app root.tsx. Index styles, index CSS. What I'm going to do, I'll just move root over to index. This is fine. Oh yeah, you reproduce locally. That means I don't need to do anything. Whoa. We're almost there with the font stuffs. Look at that. We're getting close. Honestly, I kind of like the look of this. It's not what we intended, but this is not a bad font. Although they're that's going to annoy me. Now that I know this, I'm proud. Little selection overlap. All right, what did I even do? So I made root.index.css. And, okay, so I'm going to have to swap this over. Body, font family, whatever. Const body equals, I'll just do line body CSS or class name. Yeah, I have a little energy. I wanna get it looking good. That's like a big thing for me. Background, font family, font smooth. Oh, then I had to, yeah, no, I'm just gonna reset hard. I don't want to have to look at fonts. I'm sure there's a way. I'm tired. I'll get reset hard. Yeah. Anyway, this was fun. Thank you everyone who joined. I had a great time here. In particular, shout out and thanks to Alex, Toby, Nick, Graham, everyone who helped out, especially Alex for freaking co-creating Panda CSS. That's awesome. So just to recap what we all went over today, I currently live in Philly, and I'm one of the organizers, not the lead organizer, but one of the organizers for Philly JS Club, JavaScript meetup in the city. Our website is a remix one that does not use any CSS libraries or whatnot beyond just a couple of .css files. We've been wanting to investigate using a styling system. We just haven't had the time, and because the area has been changing so much, we didn't want to settle on one that we were used to from a few years ago. So this is one of 4 investigations I'm going to look at. CSS hooks, Panda, StyleX, and vanilla extract. So all this stuff is in that PR. And yeah, no, Alex, in particular, thank you for hopping on and giving advice. That was incredibly useful. And I think it's just in general, a generally positive thing that someone who makes a thing looks at or it even participates in people in the community using it. That's incredibly important for feedback, for seeing how people do things, for just showing you care. So thank you. I appreciate it. I, Josh, am a full-time independent open source maintainer working in the TypeScript ecosystem on projects such as TypeScript ESLint, the tooling that allows you to use standard JavaScript tools such as ESLint Prettier on your TypeScript code. Nailed it. So if any of y'all have questions about open source or TypeScript or whatnot, I'm always happy to chat. Anyway, that's all for today. The last thing I do is raid a channel, and I see Chris Griffin is, out of all the people I follow, is going on, so we're going to raid Chris. Oh, wait, almost forgot to post my links. So I also wrote a book, Learning TypeScript. Y'all should buy it. I think it's pretty good. Anyway, thanks, y'all. This was fun. I generally stream twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've also got a stream on Friday with Toby. I don't know if Toby's still in the chat, where we're going to look at Million.js. So that'll be fun. Anyway, bye, y'all.